The name of the case is Martinez, the Martinez family versus the Whittier Farmers Market, Acuna, Silva, and Laban. And it's a farmer's market involving a vendor who was driving a van, Acuna, who was working for the chicken and egg vendor, which was Silva and Laban. It happened on April 1st, 2016. I was out there that following Friday. It was a Friday farmer's market. I was out there the following Friday doing my scene investigation, and we were able to have this complaint filed within about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, where we just don't wait. This has always been Panish's approach as well. He's always told me the sooner we get the case filed, the sooner that we'll be able to start establishing the evidence that'll make the case better. And so that's what we did here, and we were able to get this case filed almost immediately. And we've all seen farmers markets. We're all familiar with farmers markets. This is the Whittier Farmers Market. It's over here in Whittier on the corner of Philadelphia and Bright Avenue. It's been there since at least 2012, but it was at another location going back over 20 years is what we eventually learned. It just sounds so reckless to be driving a van in a busy market that we all were immediately of the impression that this was going to be a case where the blame was going to have to fall on the driver. And that's what the police did. Here's a small diagram of how the police described the incident, showing that it was a backing incident, backed up and struck the pedestrian. And of course, the police put all of the fault on the driver, Miss Acuna. Decedent Martinez was acting in a reasonable manner, waiting to purchase food. Unbeknownst to him, all the defendants were negligently and recklessly operating and controlling the vehicle and the market. And I'm more aggressive with punitive damages than most. I will try to fight it when I think there's an argument for there being something that reflects a conscious disregard for public safety, where they did something wrong leading up to it, rather than just focusing on the collision itself. I always am trying to allege punitive damages. And so you throw in that they were trying to maximize profits by consciously putting the public in danger for purposes of running their business. Rodney Jew came up with a brilliant concept, which is called staying out of the purple box. And the purple box is the 3 seconds of the collision, or the 1 second, or however few seconds the collision takes to take place. And sometimes you want to focus on those 3 seconds if that's all you got. But at other times, like in this case, and in many cases where you're trying to show that the fault is more significant than just one act of negligence, and that there was many acts of negligence that led up to this incident, you create the concept of saying it's A plus B equals C. And here's how we showed it to them visually. A plus B, and it resulted in the wrongful death of Armando Martinez. And that really is taking it out of the purple box visually from the get-go so that the jury can visually relate to what we're saying. Nobody's thinking right now about the collision. People are thinking about, why did the market violate its rules and allow for this to happen? Now, here's a good example of minimizing the fault on the driver, staying out of the purple box, rather than playing all the clips that could have been played about her describing how fast she was going, or how she looked through the rearview mirror, or how fast and how she was negligent in backing up and striking this pedestrian. We didn't play any of them. We just showed this one question. So here it is. And you can just describe the process after you buckled yourself in. After you buckled in, what happened until you heard or saw something. I put in reverse. I removed my foot from the brake. I checked my mirrors. I looked through the rear view mirror, and I backed up. And that's it. Get out of that purple box quick. And we minimized any focus on the incident. Instead, all the focus was on the market and everything they did wrong. These are the people who represented the market. All of these witnesses were called, all of their videos were played, and you're going to see how Daniel Ramos carried the day. Daniel Ramos showed up looking like he just came from the mechanic store with his hands greased up. I mean, he was just wearing slippers and he just was so unprepared. And Tom will talk about how rather than giving him a tip to maybe go and spruce up and clean up, Tom got him right in there quickly so that he could quickly start creating the villain. And Daniel Ramos was our villain. Fair description, Tom?
Very fair. The minute I saw him, I said, someone throw a mic on him and let's start this deposition.
Before you left Ms. Acuna unsupervised, did you tell Ms. Acuna that you were leaving the area and she was going to be unsupervised?
Nope.
Did you tell any vendor to make sure that Ms. Acuna is supervised while she's backing out, if she backs out before I get back?
Nope.
Did you communicate in any respect to either Ms. Acuna or to any vendor that you were in fact leaving?
Nope.
Did you communicate with them about when you'd be back?
Nope.
All right. So you do recognize, given the position that Ms. Acuna was in, where she was parked, that she should have been supervised by you or someone at your direction before she backed out, correct?
That's correct.
That had to have been one of the best clips in the case, where you have this defendant who looks just terrible with his hand over his face, and he's just admitting the worst potential facts as far as he was supposed to supervise. And he admits, I didn't do that. Nope. I didn't do this. Nope. I didn't do this. And it's just a great example of Tom linking or looping key questions. And again, he was our villain without any doubt.